thought it was really, really very good. I mean, like I said earlier, 10 years I've been driving Class A motorhomes. Of course, I just went up to the diesel, which is much longer, but I learned a lot. I mean, I really did, even after 10 years of driving them. And I think the little markers that go on the mirrors and the windows are really, really good aids that I will probably use, for the rest of the time that I ever drive an RV. So, and I learned a lot just with the walk around and how the systems work and the interrelationship with the power systems and those kinds of things. So it was very enjoyable, easy to do. You're a good teacher, and I learned a lot. So I thought it was well worthwhile.
Well, I have Russ as my driver, so I've never driven one of our coaches. And today, under much duress and me claiming that I was never going to drive it, I actually drove it.
I think, you're going to put that into your payment plan kind of thing. I think it's well worth that money. Well worth it.
What would you
especially if you're fairly new. I mean, I learned a lot, and I've got 10 years. A person who was, say, just stepping up to a Class A, it would be a tremendous value for them. And the dealer doesn't take you driving. I mean, the dealer watches the systems, but they don't take you out driving and show you, how to park it and how to make turns and what the pivot point is and how to watch what you're going to run over and what you aren't going to run over and those kinds of things. They don't do that at all. At least they didn't for us. So, again, I guess as the driver, I am much more confident. I'd be much more confident going into a city, into tight spaces, into parking lots, into a courthouse if I had to. I'm much more confident there than I probably ever would have been.
And I think just in the brief little trip that I had around a empty parking lot with cones and light poles, I think I would be confident enough if I had to. I could drive this coach somewhere to get help if I had to.
Yeah, I'd be safer from the standpoint that I'm less likely to have an accident, and I think I'm a lot less likely to damage the coach myself by hitting something.
Oh, I think so. I think so for particularly for people who've never owned a motorhome before, or a Class C, even a smaller one. For them to be able to come through a class like this and learn before they go out and do it on their own and damage their own vehicle.
Yeah, for a person who's brand new, it's just unbelievably good for them. But like I said before, we've been doing this for 10 years. I still learned an awful lot, so it was well worth going through it even for me. And to say, is that going to increase your pleasure with your coach? If you're more confident and you're not going to get that you're not going to smash it up, you're not going to hit that telephone pole that's on the corner or run into that car that's parked in front of you, that's got to make you happier with what you're doing. So yeah, I think so.
I think you should do it right away, because you're gonna get bad habits if you drive for a month. If you're out for a month, even if you take it out 2 or 3 times, you're gonna pick up bad habits, and it's harder to correct bad habits than to form the good habits right from the very beginning.
Well, plus you offer, what did you just say, 60 days of free support. So you always end up with questions. Even if you went through this training for 8 hours, the first time you take it out, you're going to go, oh, I forgot to ask him about this, that, or the other thing. Well, with 60 days of support, you can come back and get those questions answered. So from that standpoint, I think it's good. I would think that, especially a brand new person, you got to do this before you take it out on the road. Absolutely.
Yeah, the life they save may be ours.
Yeah, exactly.
Ryan, I didn't want to do this. I really didn't, because I didn't want to get yelled at. I didn't want to do something stupid. And, there was no pressure. He was cheerful. He was nice. I found out I was a lot better at it than I thought I'd be, because I only killed the cone once. And it was enjoyable. It really was.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I thought it was very enjoyable and very worthwhile experience. So I would recommend it.